Hey everyone, my name is Ronald Dod, Chief Market Officer and Partner of Visiture. Here today to talk about something I'm super passionate about, which is key customer acquisition strategies to really grow your online revenue and grow your online customer base. If you don't know who I am, my name is Ronald Dod, went to Florida State, which I'm very proud of, stumbled into e-commerce and SEO in 2013. I started working with a B2B e-commerce brand, which is pretty rare back then, B2B and e-commerce. And they had a huge issue with SEO. Their keyword rankings were dropping significantly because of SEO issues that they had. And ultimately, they were in a really bad place as a business. And we're able to come in, help them correct all the SEO issues, get their revenue back on a right track from organic search and acquire a lot more customers, and ultimately save their business. And they're able to grow. And we're able to see from our work, we're able to create hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue per month. And from ever that, since then, I've been hooked on SEO, hooked on e-commerce, and hooked on customer acquisition to help grow e-commerce brands. Since then, I joined Forces of Visiture back in 2015. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer and Partner there, and spoken at many conferences when it comes to e-commerce, SEO, and customer acquisition, including IRC, now RetailX. This is my fifth time. And write for many publications when it comes to SEO, e-commerce, customer acquisition. And really my passion is helping e-commerce brands grow. A little more info about Visiture. We're 12 years old now. We're the e-commerce marketing agency and help e-commerce brands grow with main service offerings from paid media, SEO and content development, and email marketing. We're very performance focused, as you can see down here, and very proud of that. You can see that, we're very measurable when it comes to ROI on our services, how much we're able to grow merchants, because in e-commerce, we're able to see exactly how much, revenue we're able to, grow the merchant and bring to the table. And that's what, I really love about being in the e-commerce industry in general. We work with about 110 e-commerce brands, and we like to say that we work with challenger brands that really want to come and disrupt their market and be successful. And one brand that I'm very proud of is Gerber Children's Wear, which we're really going to focus on today, and with the cute babies down there, and really talk about how they really grew their brand online and were successful with customer acquisition. Okay. And before I dive into Gerber, I want to talk about customer acquisition just overall and tell you a little bit about how we think about customer acquisition and why it's important. First of all, customer acquisition is really important because you need customers to buy your products. But customer acquisition is just really one of the puzzle pieces to growing a business. But what it enables you to do is get a lot of customers that you're able to retarget to, remarket to, using your email list, get to come back to buy again, so build your repeat customers. And ultimately, you need to look at customer acquisition strategies like customer lifetime value. A lot of merchants look at it very short-sightedly, like I spend $5 at Google, I need $25 in return from that. And ultimately, there's better ways to look at it because this is your way to build your business, is a way to grow your customer base, and it's one of the biggest pieces to growing a business online. And we're going to talk a little about funnel today. Ultimately, we're trying to really drive top of the funnel customers that never heard about your brand and ultimately turn them into a sale. And the main ways to drive customer acquisition is through three channels that I'm super passionate about, which is using Google, Facebook, and Instagram. Outside of Amazon, these are the three best channels that people find products and buy products online, and ultimately are the best channels to optimize for. And you can see here, this is a study that, surveyed over 1,000 e-commerce directors and e-commerce marketing managers, et cetera, and really, search and social media are one of the best ways to acquire customers, and they all agreed. And that's what we're really going to focus on and talk a lot about today. Okay, and really going to talk about Google today too. Ultimately, Google is a fantastic tool for users to find new products and services, very similar to Amazon. And if Google isn't working for you, there's probably three reasons. A, you're not doing it right. This is generally 90% of what e-commerce merchants suffer, or they haven't done it. B, no one's searching for you all. And, that's a tough position to be in. And yeah, maybe Google isn't a good tool, but that's a very rare case because generally many people are searching online, or at least researching to find what they need to buy online. And yeah, so ultimately, generally you're not doing it, it's not working, or it doesn't work for you, but generally you fall in the first two categories, which we're really going to talk about, and really talk about Google because it can be such a strong tool for e-commerce merchants to grow your customer base. And it works for so many merchants out there. And just want to have this quick little grab to kind of break down Google. So I searched for lift kits for F-150 4x4, super fun stuff. You'll see we have shopping ads at the top. This is where you pay per click. That is Google advertising. You saw that search ad. That is what we pay for in Google search in a CPC or cost per click basis. After that, it has videos, more content, and then the organic listings. About anywhere from 50 to 95% of people go to the organic listings and click on them. So it's still very important that we optimize for the organic listings. And that's what we call SEO and what I'm going to spend a good amount of time on. But for the start, I'm really going to talk about paid media. I'm going to talk about Google being successful in shopping ads and search ads. And then I'm going to talk about Facebook paid media. And then ultimately finish up with SEO. I'm going to spend the most amount of time in SEO because optimizing for those organic listings can be so important for e-commerce merchants. It's low-hanging fruit, and not many merchants do it, which kind of blows my mind because it can provide the highest upside out of any channel for customer acquisition. So with that, I'm going to switch gears and first talk a little bit about Gerber Children's Wear. So Gerber Children's Wear, very successful online merchant. In 2018, they had a brand new e-commerce team that came on. And what they did in, I think it was 1 hour on Amazon, they did in a full 30 days on their DTC site. So pretty incredible. And it's basically just because they never really took online serious on a direct-to-consumer site. So once that team came on board and we started working with them, we're able to implement a lot of new customer acquisition strategies and ultimately catapulted their business on from their DTC website and expedited their growth very, very fast. And you can see there's just some grabs from, basically when we started running Google paid media, around this time we started running social ads and SEO, and really catapulted their business to just a different dimension compared to where they were back in 2018, 17, and 16. So these strategies I'm going to talk about today are being implemented with merchants and being very successful for them, and excited to go over them. And so first, I want to talk about paid media and the importance of it. Paid media is a great way to acquire customers fast. It's a great way to continue building that top of the funnel customer that comes in, and then you help, get them back to buy again through repeat purchases, remarket to, try to get them to upsell products to them, try to get their friends to come back to buy. There's so many things that you can do that data when you get a customer that it's so important to acquire new customers. And so there's many, many tools for how to acquire customers in different prospecting stages. We're really going to talk about search ads, which is a little bit lower in the funnel when people are searching for a product like baby clothes. And we're going to talk a lot about Facebook when people are just kind of on Facebook, and it's going to be a lot more top of the funnel. And both are really good tools for acquiring customers. Okay. So starting off with Google paid media, this is where we're optimizing for the search ads and shopping ads in Google. I'm going to spend the least amount of time here because if this presentation is done 2 or 3 years ago, probably spend the most amount of time at it because Google has come out with some really amazing tools such as smart shopping and smart search that will actually optimize the campaigns for you to whatever goal you want it to, whether it's clicks or ROAS, etc. And so you could put in there the most ridiculous goals in the world. Like I want to have like a 30-to-1 ROAS, which you won't achieve probably, but you can have it in there. So smart shopping and smart search are just no-brainers to utilize. It makes a lot of sense to utilize these tools. So if you're not, I highly recommend you do so. And then once that's working, you go down the longer rabbit hole of how to optimize your product data a lot more and create different products and more. But if you're not running it today, please do so. It's no-brainer. You can set to whatever ROAS you want, 5, 10, 15, ultimately, I think, the majority of ROAS goals should always be a 3 to 7. You're serious about it. But if you're not really serious about it, you can run a pretty crazy ROAS goal in it. And it's all done for you. It takes your whole product feed and optimizes based on search ads, based on shopping ads. And it's just a really great tool for merchants out there. And when I talk about search ads, I mean these kind of ads. When I'm searching a keyword phrase, newborn clothes, you can see we have an ad here, Gerber Children's Wear. And these are so important to run because they can provide such high ROAS for shorter tail keyword phrases like newborn clothes, and then very long variants of that, like people searching for newborn clothes for babies 1 month old, size 13 millimeter. I don't know. I just made something up. But you can see that's a very specific phrase that someone was looking for a very specific product. You're able to serve them a very specific product for that search phrase. You can convert a customer really well. You can get really creative with it too. You don't just have to create text ads that are just basic and boring. You can have really good call to actions. You can have really good differentiators in here, like 100% caught and close here. You can have, good little site links to drive engagement to different pages, like your deal of the week. Like these are things that you can be implementing your search ads to really spice things up and continue A/B testing things to get a higher return on your advertising spend. So you're not writing search ads, get back into it. It's really easy now. There's automation tools that Google has to optimize to revenue, and you can really A/B test different things to get better returns. And the same thing goes for shopping. Shopping's been around for a long time. Obviously, I'm sure many merchants listening have been doing it for a long time. There's so much you can be doing with shopping ads to be successful. Something that we've done that's been really successful with Gerber is be a true partner and really work on merchandising, outside of just pricing, outside of just, here's the keyword phrase we're targeting, the negative keyword phrase we're using. Something that they did is they're really creative in their product merchandising. They created a 5-pack that's at a price point that's pretty much the price point of, these other products that are just one. And you'll see here the 5-pack that's on Target. It looks like Target undercut them by a penny. How dare they? But you can see this is really successful for them. Able to be really creative with their product and merchandising and targeting keyword phrases. And this really helps boost their shopping performance. Okay. So it doesn't always have to be just very kind of basic what keyword phrases we're targeting, what negatives, what product grouping, et cetera. You get really creative with your product groupings, product keyword phrases, et cetera. And something, if you want to really go down the rabbit hole of data optimization, when using shopping, always make sure your product feed is really well optimized. Make sure your product titles are very descriptive. They're really in depth and really, a consumer can understand what these products are more about. And that way Google can understand the products more about and place them in a lot more search phrases. And hopefully this gives you a good example of that. So make sure you're always optimizing your product data. Always makes sense to have copywriters go through it and really optimize your product titles, product descriptions for shopping ads because you get such a higher performance in it. Okay. Now I want to switch gears. I want to talk about social paid ads. If we go back to that kind of expedited growth of Gerber Children's Wear, one thing that really helped them out is using social media to really grow their brand. Because ultimately, if you just use SEO and search ads, you're limited on basically what are people searching for to find you. So you're limited on the human behavior of somebody needs to search online for you. And it's the same thing for Amazon merchants too. They're limited based on, what are people searching Amazon. Social media and display, there's really no limit. You can really target a lot of different consumers and you could get really amazing results from it. And I wanted to start off just really talking about Gerber Children's Wear's metrics that they're able to do and their percent increases in social media. And all we really did in helping them in this partnership is really increase their performance by just having better creative segmenting. And those two things really kind of expedited growth by a wide margin. I mean, their ROAS increased significantly, purchase increased by 400%, ad clicks. And what this helped Gerber Children's Wear do is drive so much more customers at top of the funnel that they're able to use for email marketing later. And they were able to take that email marketing data and then go and use that more for social media and do more segmenting and acquire more customers through social media. So it creates this huge circle, if you will, of acquisition and retention, helping each other drive more performance. Okay. And the way that we're able to really improve performance is by having better creative, having more strategic creative. And one of the best ways that you can have great performing creative is including user-generated content in there. There's been many studies. I have two of them over here. You can see here, user-generated content has much more engagement by 6.9 times. Consumers are 56% more likely to make a purchase that is shared by happy customers. So if you're using a lot of influencers or just regular day people that use your products, share that content on social media and use it in your advertising tools. It can have a very high performance. You can see here just some samples of image content we put with some different user-generated reviews in there from their UGC platform, and really can help boost performance because people are much more likely to trust something that other people try first, basically. Also, really integrate video content This one's kind of funny about kids running around and really kind of talking about the doorbusters sales that they have. So anything around sales always has a positive impact, but if you can integrate that with other great image content, video content, it can be very, very powerful in your campaigns together. Here's just some other creative one to share with you as well. One that they did for NFL. I always think it's very important to have great imagery. Make sure you're using really professional photo shoots. If you have poor image and poor creative, your advertising performance is going to be poor too. So just always make sure you're doing the right things, include emojis, and really kind of go all out with your creative, because in Facebook ads, it really makes a difference. This was a good example. This was actually a fan post. They can see here, it actually tagged their Instagram that they use in the advertising. So try to get your community involved in your Facebook advertising, your Instagram advertising, and share that on your advertising tools. It can really help grow your base because they see normal people like them are using the products. And this is just another sale that I liked, and really getting creative with sale, warehouse closeout sales. These sales offerings can do really well performance-wise as well, and just build that customer. It won't be a very profitable customer, obviously, because sale, you're just building your customer list and building your data. And the reason you want to build your data is because more customers you buy, the more that you can build and target their friends. And so something interesting that we do is really integrating, and Gerber's done, is really integrating retention data, so their customer data, into custom audiences in Facebook, into different ad variants that we have. And so that way we're able to target a lot more of customers who probably, Cindy, who's a customer, probably has friends that also have newborn babies that also would love to see that content. So we're able to take that customer data, target new people, buy more customers, get them in, target more customers, and ultimately continue growing this big circle of acquisition, retention, and ultimately growing their brand. Okay. So social media, very important. Segment your customers, whether it's like, most purchases, repeat purchases, etc. And then use great creative. Be really, strategic with your creative, create better creative, use new ones, A/B test it. You do those things, you'll be really successful in social media advertising. Finally, my favorite, SEO content, something that so many merchants are not doing. And I love SEO and content because it provides evergreen month-over-month traffic revenue and continues to grow on itself. And this is what I mean by SEO and Google Organic. You'll see I searched the keyword phrase baby boy clothes. It's the first position, Gerber Children's Wear, has a really good title, cute baby boy clothes and outfits, a good description. Ranking over Carter's, Children's Place, HM. And you better believe I squeezed in Target there to show that they're ranking over Target too, because I'm really proud of that. And this is ultimately able to drive lots of customers to their storefront, month over month, continue to grow. This is a good illustration of that. Back in 2018, how many keyword phrases and that kind of growth that they've experienced year over year. You can see that it's driving a traffic of 202,000 estimated per month. Estimated it would cost for that traffic $154,000 a month in Google Ads. So they're getting all that basically for free. Very little of that, only 16,000 of that traffic is branded. Basically, people search for Gerber Children's Wear, and the vast majority is non-branded. So it's a significant amount of non-branded search they're able to drive. And this gives you a better representation of how well they've done, because this is just position 1 through 3. It's not all their keyword phrases. You see here, they started out pretty low in their top threes, and now they're up to about 1,300 keyword phrases in the top 3 positions, and ultimately driving the most of that traffic and traffic costs and really helping grow their brand. So now I want to talk about how do they do this and how you could do it too. So first and foremost, you need to have the essentials down when it comes to SEO. I can't tell you how many e-commerce merchants out there don't have filled in meta titles and descriptions on collection pages, product pages, and more. You'll see here that we have cute baby clothes and outfits and a good description here. This is in the back end of this page. You'll see that this is basically in their code. So any CMS you have, you can easily edit these. They're very easy to do and fit it within the character limits. And really optimize it for what are people searching for. They're searching for baby boy clothes. This is the baby boys clothes, page. We should have the word baby clothes in there, and that's why it's ranking, for that keyword phrase and driving. I think that keyword phrase drives 45,000 searches a month, and the average CPC is $2.15. That's crazy amount of traffic that they're able to bring in just by kind of good SEO. And just some other things to make them successful is they have a great user experience. If you rank in Google, and people come to your URL page, that web page, and leave right away, Google's going to recognize that, and they're not going to place you high in the search results for that. So it's really important to have a good user experience, great product, great merchandising, great content as well. Something that's made Gerber really successful is having a great navigation bar and lots of different items on there. So they're able to rank for a lot of different keyword phrases. So if you're not using your nav bar to really create category pages to rank for a wide breadth of keyword phrases, that's a big miss and something you should definitely look into like they do. And then also on every collection page, they have content on there. So that way the user understands more of the page is about, and Google understands as well. And they're able to place them higher in the search results for a lot of different keyword phrases. And then also you need to have all the SEO foundational things as well, all the traditional things that you would have, like canonical tags on refinement pages, a good site speed, and all the other various SEO technical aspects that is needed for a successful SEO campaign. Because of modern advancements with e-commerce platforms from Shopify, BigCommerce, Magento, and development shops really understanding the basics of SEO, this isn't like technical SEO isn't as needed as it used to be, if that makes sense. And so for merchants, just doing the basic things, having a good site speed, having meta tags, descriptions, optimization, you can really expedite your growth really fast because of that. The next thing you need to be aware of is you need to have a good backlink profile. You can see here, this is something I took from Ahrefs, which is a tool that measures backlink profiles. So who's linking to who? And you can see here, Gerber Children's Wear has a pretty strong backlink profile. It's ranks about 700,000 at Ahrefs, which is strong for an e-commerce merchant. A domain rating of 50, 21,000 backlinks, 1,300 referring websites, or called referring domains. And on scoring each of those backlinks on score 1 through 100, you can see it, a lot of them score above a 20, 30, 40, 50. And I would say that they have a pretty strong backlink profile here. And the reason they're able to build this is because they're able to do it through content. The vast majority of e-commerce merchants out there generally have a pretty solid SEO foundation. You have a good platform, you know the basics for SEO, you need to have a good site speed, you need to have meta tags and descriptions well optimized. But where do you go from there? And so something that we've always done and something that's helped Gerber Children's Wear really grow organically is by creating content. And what I mean by that is creating content for their blog, creating content for external sites that ranks for different keyword phrases, that drives links to different category pages like their baby boy clothes page. That way Google trusts the website more. It's like, man, all these people are talking about Gerber Children's Wear. They're linking to all these category pages, product pages. Ultimately, Gerber Children's Wear is probably a popular brand and has popular products. And you can see here, this is a good example of this keyword phrase, how do baby clothes sizes work? You'll see here that they have a blog that ranks for it. Ins and out of baby clothes sizes. Google really likes the content, obviously, because they put it in the feature snippet as well. So really, really high value content, really well written, well researched. And you'll see here it has interlinks like baby clothes that link to the baby clothes category page. Like I said, really well written, well researched. You'll see it has some great images in here, even a sizing guide as well, which can really help out the user understand more about baby clothes sizing and the information they need to know. And ultimately, Google's placing this #1 in the search result because it gives someone the best content when they're searching for that keyword phrase. So not only is it able to drive traffic to that blog, but it's able to drive authority from interlinks to other pages to have those pages rank higher, such as their baby boy clothes page. Okay. This is another example of a blog that I like because they took it to the next level, created design elements in here, such as like how to fold cloth diapers. So we had a graphic designer go in and actually design these elements to give it a very great user experience for how to fold cloth diapers. So when, mothers are searching online for how to, fold a cloth diaper on Google, this is going to solve that. And this is going to hopefully drive a lot of high quality backlinks because people are much more likely to link to content and not to product pages when e-commerce businesses are selling products, and ultimately going to help grow their brands. So you don't always have to just be so basic with content. You want to have really good informed, long-form content from 750 words to 1,500 and get really unique with the user experience. Create great design elements to really help boost the content. And finally, you don't have to just create content for your site. You can create content for external sites. It's what we call thought leadership content or editorial articles, where we take great content and get it featured on external sites and link it back. And some Gerber Children's Wear used really well is really building relationships with other mother-related websites that have newborns, in building content that they would love to read about. It has interlinks that go to different key category pages and product pages, drive authority to these pages. And ultimately, Google's going to crawl those links and see that they're linked to Gerber Children's Works category pages, and ultimately find those pages more valuable and place them higher in the search results. So you don't have to be just, so we only focus on our site. You can really get out there, build relationships with publishers, create great PR, create great stories that people want to read about. And ultimately, that's going to help with SEO and really take your SEO to the next level. Okay. If you do that, it's going to help your keyword rankings grow month over month. You can see that we had a very nice linear progression, and that ultimately helped really expedite Gerber Children's Wear's growth. And it's not slowing down. They're going to continue growing month over month over month because they're continuing building on the success that they've had. And then hopefully years to come from now, they'll be at a much bigger place when it comes to keyword rankings, growth, traffic, and more. All right, time for the dogs. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Ron at visiture.com is my email address, and look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.